we finna segue off into the next topic. Now I'm excited about this one. Not gonna lie. I'm excited about this one. Jaron Boots Ennis finally gets his fight. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little skeptical about it. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe in Eddie Hearn. I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all know on my channel, I don't really believe in Eddie Hearn. I don't believe in that white man with the blue eyes. Any white man, blue eyes or green eyes, whatever, pause. I'm a little questionable about it. Not gonna lie to you. You know? But that's my level of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? But uh he was able to work alongside PBC because if you look on the flyer, it says Premier Boxing Champions and Tom Brown, which is a TGB Promotions, which is somebody that works with uh, PBC. So Stanionis is also a PBC fighter. They're doing a joint promotional deal, and they got Stanionis putting his belt on the line, his WBA belt at 147 pounds. He's going against Jaron Boots Ennis, who's the IBF champion. And also, the Ring Magazine belt will be on the line. Nobody has it right now at welterweight. The reason why this belt is getting put on the line, I found out, was because both of these guys are highly ranked in their respective sanctioning bodies. So, which they should. They're both champions. But this is a big fight. You know, I'm going to sit here and say this, and I'm not going to be long. This is the fights that matter. This is a fight I could get behind, right? You got Jaron Boots Ennis, who's an offensive wizard. I kind of question his defense a little bit. Not gonna lie to you, he be getting hit with some stuff. Then you got Stanionis. You know, he's either Ukrainian or I think he's Ukrainian. Those dudes over there are very smart, technical boxers. And Stanionis is a very good fighter, very good pressure fighter. So I'm intrigued to see how Boots is gonna keep Stanionis off of him. But what I want Boots to do for this camp is focus on the fundamentals. Forget all that flashy stuff. I need Boots to be throwing 1,000 jabs. I need Boots to be throwing 1,000 1-2s, 1-2-3s, 1-2-3-4. I need him to be doing that. I also need him to be sharp on his defense. The knock on Boots and why I give Stanionis a chance is Boots tends to marvel at his work. He does some spectacular things in there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Boots throw an uppercut from a weird angle and then step to the other side, roll, catch your punch, and then throw the uppercut again. Or he'll throw a combination and mid-combination switch to southpaw. You know what I mean? Or switch to orthodox. He do a lot of crafty stuff on the offensive side. But I'm a little skeptical of him defensively. And if he catch a clean punch from Stanionis, I don't know if he's gonna be able to rub that off. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna pick Boots in a war. I think it's gonna be a war. I got Boots stopping Stanionis round 10. But we gonna segue into the coach's corner. Coach's corner is Coach B segment where he break this fight down technically, scientifically, mentally. He gonna give you a coach's perspective. So, Coach, the floor is yours. Do your thing. Let them know about Boots versus Stanionis.
I'm gonna start from the Stanionis aspect of things. Stanionis, he's a solid fighter. He's a decent fighter. He has power. He has a chin. He comes forward. He's a pressure fighter. You know what I'm saying? Pressure burst pipes. You know what I'm saying? I look at him as if he's a taller, heavier version of Pitbull Cruz. I feel like those two are very identical when it comes to styles. Stylistically, you know, those two are almost a splitting image of each other. You just got Stanionis, who's a larger version of Pitbull Cruz. You know, Stanionis is really not known for his defense. Like I said, he has that come forward pressure fighter style, straight power punches the entire time. And if you allow him to land to the body, you he gonna chop you down. He gonna slow you down. He gonna make your arms get heavy. He gonna make you start breathing through the mouth. You cannot let Stanionis land those power blows to the body. Okay. And with that being said, I I would dare say this. I think this is the first time where Boots is outpowered. I think Stanionis has more power than Boots. Not saying Boots don't have no power because Boots got some thumpers, but I think listening and watching Stanionis fights, and it's not a big crowd, so you can hear his blows land. He's literally knocking wind out of boys. You can hear it with every punch. It sounds thudding. It sounds like it's cracking something, or it sounds like it's about to crack something. Every punch he lands to the body, and dare say the head too as well. Pause. No freaky is in full effect. Uh, the dude can thump. He can throw. He can swat. You know, he can throw his hands. He got some power for sure. But like I said, he's kind of one of those. He's kind of one of those guys. I look at it as, oh, he can only come forward. Now this is where Boots has to slowly start to understand his advantage. If I was coaching Boots against the Stanionis, I would say, okay, Boots, look, this is not one of these guys we're gonna play around with. I need you to be mentally sharp, but I also need you to be who you are. And when you know who Boots is in the ring, it's almost 90% of the time when you put Jaron Boots Ennis in the ring, he's going to be the most athletically gifted guy in the ring. Footwork, speed, power, IQ. He's a good package. He's put together well as a fighter. But where I can see him getting in trouble in this fight is he always gets in that mood to where he wants to kind of exchange and prove a point. And that's why I brought up the power of Stanionis. This is not a guy you want to get into that power blow for blow, let's go toe to toe type of style with. I mean, you can get there, you can get you some power shots, but don't sit there too long. Use your athleticism against Stanionis. Be flight of foot. I'm not saying running around the ring, but everything you do needs to turn into footwork. Pivot when you're supposed to, T-step when you're supposed to, counter pull when you're supposed to, actually create that whole 180 around him, make Stanionis turn, because Stanionis, he sits in cement. He looks to throw nothing but bombs, power shots. So you when you watch Stanionis' footwork, he's hunkered down. He's boom. I'm here. I'm here to hit you, but if you can figure it out, I can be hit too. But the only way you're gonna get that over Stanionis is if you use the footwork and still let your hands go in the midst of it. But like Capo said, don't forget your defense, Boots, because he can be one of the slickest fighters of all time in the pocket. If you remember to pull when he's supposed to pull, if you remember to counter when he's supposed to counter, and the biggest thing, like you mentioned, don't sit there and admire yourself. Do that after the fight. That's what they got film for. That's why they got all those nice camera phones out. They recording you. What you trying to watch yourself in the middle of a fight? Some people ain't gonna respect that and they're gonna thump your ass. Excuse my French. And Stanionis is one of those guys that's looking to thump your ass. Like I said, pause, no freakies in full effect. And with me saying all of that, I'm still gonna take Boots. I'm gonna have to go the other way. I don't see a knockout in this fight, but I do see in it one of those fights where it's like every punch is significant. Every punch landed is significant, because it's gonna tell a story real quick. Who's landing the cleaner punches? Because I believe wholeheartedly that Stanionis really be knocking wind and energy out of boys when he hit them. You know what I'm saying? Go look at some of his fights. Go look at some of his fights. He literally, you can see him fatigue people as he lands punches. That's power. That's real power. Boots, he wears you down, and he packs a punch. But at the same time, I don't advise Boots to get into that toe to toe exchange type of war. You can get in the blender, but use your footwork. Be athletic. Be great. Be slick. Remember to do what you're supposed to do. Follow. Remember your P's and Q's. Stick to your fundamentals. And I think Boots are winning in 12.
Man, look. Either way it go, I'm just happy we getting this fight, man. It's a good fight. I'm happy to see Boots graduate to this segment of his career. This is something that, as a fight fan of boxing, you love to see a fighter graduate to this stage. This is where you see a fighter mature when they start fighting these type of fights. So, I mean, I can speak for, a lot of people, man, that we've been waiting for this moment for Boots. Coach, you got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I want to add to this fight right here. This is one of those fights, from a promotional standpoint as well for Boots. You know what I'm saying? It's not even rumored. It's been shown throughout your career that, hey, you've been fighting, second tier competition, B level fighters. Now you get a chance to start showing yourself with this, I would say A-minus fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not too many people gonna get in there and make it 12 rounds with a Stanionis. You know what I'm saying? It's not too many people. But I consider Stanionis an A-minus fighter simply because his style. He doesn't back down. He doesn't shy away from it. He's not scared of the big moment. He'll go in there and do what he has to do. He's here to get money, beat the brakes off somebody, and represent his country proudly. For Boots, it's like you said, it's a step up in competition. It's a chance to unify. It's a chance to get the Ring Magazine belt. It's a chance to start actually building that real solid foundation behind your brand. It's a step towards Hall of Fame. It's a step towards telling Eddie Hearn, you should have been getting me these fights. It's a lot for Boots. It's a lot for Philadelphia. Everybody riding behind Boots. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, this fight, not just in the ring but outside the ring, means a whole lot to the Jaron Boots Ennis team, and I think this is the one he should go in there and actually put together one of those shows that where it's like, wow, okay, maybe it ain't no maybe no more. He is. You know what I'm saying? This is that opportunity, in my opinion.
I agree. Who knows? I mean, he may put on so much good of a performance that, Crawford might actually fight him, or, he may be able to get other big names because, it's your performance. What's the term? Basically it's an audition, right? It's an audition for him to see if he on that level, right? We see the skill, we see the talent, but there's been a lot of guys in the past who've been very talented, but when they got to that level, they didn't pan out. So this is opportunity for Boots to really show that he's one of the ones, like you pointed out. Also, this is a kind of a situation where it could kind of revive his career. I don't know if y'all remember, but Boots ducked Virgil Ortiz. We just gonna say it. He ducked Virgil Ortiz, right? Turkey Al came out and admitted, he said, look, Boots was on board for the fight, and then at the last minute he changed his mind. So this is opportunity for him to kind of rebuild and rebrand his name, right? So I'm very, very excited for Boots. Hopefully, he could come out on top. But either way it go, even in a losing effort, I feel like he still will be, you know, looked at as one of them ones. It's just he young, so he still got opportunity to prove himself. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I don't think he gonna lose the steady on this. Y'all heard coach don't feel like he gonna lose the steady on this, but he's young, so that's the beautiful thing about him is pause. Pause. The situation, situation at hand is that he young. So even if he loses standing on this, hypothetically, he still can make something out of himself. And we gotta, and I'm gonna say this real quick. As fans of boxing, we gotta get away from dumping fighters in the trash when they take a loss. Like I get it if he take like a couple losses in a row, yeah. But they take one loss and it's a high level competition. Let's continue to support our fighters. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Same thing for Stanionis. If he loses this fight, like, you can look back and say, hey, one of my 2 or 3 losses in my career was to Jaron Boots Ennis. And people gonna be like, hey, that ain't a bad loss. You know what I'm saying? It's certain people you get in the ring with, and it's like you just gotta understand, like, you didn't lose to no slob. Okay, you lost to a Tank. Okay, you lost to a Shakur. Okay, you lost to a Haney. You lost to a Crawford. You lost to a Canelo. You lost to a Bivol. Like, come on, man. Those are not losses anybody's gonna accredit you a negative, vibe for. You know what I'm saying? Those are credible losses. That's something you can learn and build off of. Like, sometimes as fighters, coaches, trainers, and people in general, you can learn more from a loss than you can from a win if you're paying attention. if your mental is on point, if you actually learning from the mistakes that happen throughout the process that got you an L. It don't matter if we talking about sports, failing a class, or just in general relationship wise. Like, pay attention. You can learn more from losing something than you can constantly gaining. Because I tell people all the time, if you hear yes your entire life, what are you gonna do when you finally hear no? You gonna lay down and quit? You gonna cry about it? You gonna not show your face about it? No. So hearing the word no builds character, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm done speaking, Capo.
Already. So, man, we didn't reach the end. We didn't reach the end. We didn't reach the revelation. But remember, this is the Genesis. This is the beginning. Continue to support us on our journey. Our channel's growing, y'all. I appreciate everybody coming to the channel, support us. Tell everybody. We gonna keep continuing to try to do better on our channel. We're gonna continue to try to grow the channel. You know, we got some ideas that we're exploring. So y'all continue to support us. You might see us interviewing one of these fighters one day. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, continue to rock with us. We're gonna continue to rock with y'all. We appreciate the support. Anything that y'all want to help with as far as helping, with ideas, hey, just send it to our email, man. You know what I mean? And the email is in the description of our page. You can go up there, click that email, send us an email, or just leave it in the comment section. We grown men, we ain't opposed to any criticism. You know what I mean? That's what it is. If you hating, then hey, we just gonna not respond to you. 2025, I don't got time for foolishness. I know Coach, he like that too. He don't got time for all that talking and all that. Like, we done with all that. We too old. You know what I'm saying? Well, we seasoned. We ain't old. But but like I say, man, continue to support us, man. We cluster,